Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. Hopefully, your Saturday is off to a fantastic start. It is here because it's Saturday and I'm in a record store, so I don't complain too much. So you could be in a record store too. You can just work your way over here, right? Right? Hey, it's sunshine. I see some comments here already talking about cloudy skies. It is on its way. I'll tell you what, we are expecting snow here in the mid Michigan area sometime, I believe, tomorrow, Sunday, and into Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to take the sunshine we've got right now and roll with it and enjoy it. I know that there were some spots in the UP and even the northern lower of Michigan getting some snow yesterday. Gales of November, if it were. The Marquette area and points westward, I saw some lake effect snow bands hitting and in and around the bridge. And of course, Gaylord, our friends up in Gaylord, you guys got a tough weather run no matter what. It could be the middle of summer and you're getting a Charlie Brown rainstorm on you. Middle of winter, you're getting the Charlie Brown snowstorm on you. I feel for the folks in Gaylord, but once you get through there, it's all smooth sailing, usually. So as you can tell, we're in a good mood here today because it's fall. I got the furnace finally kicked on here at the store. We get to wear some long sleeves. I like the cooler weather, and I don't mind the snow. I know that I say that a lot, but I don't mind the snow just as long as everybody drives in it like normal people would drive. Don't be jerks. Okay, there endeth the lesson. Let's say a few good mornings, and then I've got a few things to get to, actually quite a few. And a few of you saying hi this morning. As always, that is much appreciated. Jennifer, good morning to you. Snowflake icon in there, the emoji. Betty in Toledo, cloudy down there. Hopefully everything is going well for you as well. Fred on the west side, Grand Rapids, checking in from the cloudy skies there. Ryan saying hey to you as well, sir. TC from TKR Video Central, good morning out in the East Coast. Pat Brisk on the Upper East Side, Midland, there it is. Moon Invader saying hello from Maine. You guys get weather up there too. I know you're not immune to it like we are here in Michigan as well. Mike, good morning to you. Saw Michigander Wednesday night. Hey, cool. Michigander, if you're unfamiliar, a very up and coming artist. Actually been for a few years now, but native of the Midland, Michigan area, hometown here. Hopefully that was a great show, and it was good. Dan saying good morning to you. David, good morning from Pennsylvania. Folks checking in from all over. That is great to see. Pat said he's seen Michigander a couple times. Always put on a great show. Let me cue you guys in on a little secret. Those of you who've seen Michigander, I've seen Michigander play in a high school gymnasium in a talent show. Yep. He went to high school here in Midland with our daughter, Katie. And I think I've got a videotape of that somewhere. I have got to really go find that. That would be kind of interesting to see. But good kid, and wish him all the best. Paul saying good morning from Saginaw as well. Good morning to you, sir. Again, thanks to everybody for chiming in and checking out our simple little live go around here today. Do me a favor, too. Those of you watching on YouTube, you're commenting on YouTube, and I see that that is cool. Sometimes the live or the comments don't carry over from the live. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube on that, but get a chance, make sure you're subscribed, like the video, comment on it, share it, if you will, from time to time. The YouTube numbers are still going up, creeping slowly but surely, but we're still having some good times with that as well. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Black Friday. It is getting here much quicker than we tend to think about. The update on the things that you guys care about from Black Friday, the Black Friday releases, are that I've gotten word from our distributors that they should begin shipping some of the titles next week. Obviously, we need to get these things in a little bit ahead of time, because if you can't wait till just like the day before, like they do with a Taylor Swift release, or the day of. So we should start to get some of these shipments so as not to clog up the suppliers' warehouses and our shipping routes. So they'll start trickling in here, probably some by next week, most definitely the week after, and then the stragglers the week after that. And then before you know it, we're at Black Friday coming up. So I will do my best to keep you guys updated on little things here and there. But again, I want to remind you that the big show where we lay out everything that we've got for Black Friday will happen on Wednesday evening, the day before Thanksgiving, right at 6 o'clock when the store closes. We'll do a live stream right here on our YouTube channel. I will share it over to Facebook and I will share it over to X at the same time. so that you folks can get there. But if you want to make sure you see it, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you turn on your notifications bell. You can even adjust that so it's just for live stuff so you don't remember. But so in case you don't remember, sorry. But make sure you are, please, kicked in on that subscribe. We will do our best to get the Record Store Day stuff inventoried and turned around as it comes in. So if there are specific questions, we'll do our best to answer. But it will get busy from, well, starting next week point out, which means that I'll be here pretty much throughout the entire week. As far as the day itself goes, again, we're going to do like we normally do. We'll be handing out numbers in the morning for anyone for anyone brave enough to sit outside on a Michigan late November night. But I'm not going to be here at 5 a.m. this year. I'm going to be here at 6, so you have to wait an extra hour, but I will be in at 6 o'clock to pass out numbers for the Record Store Day Black Friday crowd, if any. Okay, now the other bigger questions. You guys know that I like to save some vintage vinyl stuff back for the big week. This year will be no exception whatsoever. I've got to get the Small Business Saturday event set up and get a logo for that one put up as well. But being that Black Friday is on a Friday, we'll open up at 8 a.m. for Record Store Day stuff per normal. We'll run through that. The normal opening time of 11 a.m., we will put out a vinyl drop on Friday. So I'll have some goodies for Friday. The video will go up at 11 a.m. per normal on Black Friday, and then we'll have that stuff. So I know that those of you that make your way here for the 6 or the 8 a.m. opening may have to come back because we're going to be swamped with Record Store Day. Then we'll put out the regular Friday stuff. Lots of cool vintage vinyl. And here's the biggie. You know that I saved some goodies for Small Business Saturday. This year will be no exception. I thought it was going to be a decent Small Business Saturday. I've got some really, let's just say, nifty high-end stuff that I've kind of squirreled away and ready to come out and pounce on that Small Business Saturday. But earlier this week, well, let's just say that we had some goodies come in that even made me go, are you kidding me? Those will be a Small Business Saturday thing. I'm not going to talk anymore about them other than to say, if you're wearing a hat, make sure you hold on to it. If you're not wearing a hat, make sure you sit down, grab a hat, put onto it, hold on to it, because it's going to be awesome. I will let you know that. So again, more and more stuff as we get closer to the dates, and we'll keep you guys updated all the way through that. So, all right, let's get to some new releases and additions heading in here as well. New releases from yesterday, Friday. A lot of reissues. The only new stuff I've got left is this one from Finger 11, Last Night on Earth. This is on Sunset Yellow vinyl. Let me get my YouTube thumbnail. There we go. And not too, I mean, I'm familiar with these guys, but I've not listened to this one much. I've got one copy of the new Finger 11 in. The rest are reissues and compilations. Suzi Quatro has got a new compilation. That's new-ish. This has been released on CD previously, but this is the first time on vinyl. A collection of classic A-sides and B-sides from 1972 through 1975 on red glitter vinyl. Remastered from the original tapes. It's a single LP from Suzi Quatro. YouTube note, and I mentioned this to our friend Rocky O, who watches a lot of the YouTube stuff, back up on our YouTube channel. And I did an interview with Suzi Quatro probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and that is roaming around on there. Very interested. We talked for about 20 minutes to a half hour, I think, just about Michigan rock and her music in general. Very nice woman, and it was a really cool conversation. But that's roaming around on the older videos on our YouTube channel. So happy to have this one, the new Suzi Quatro compilation, A's and B's. Speaking of compilations, we got one copy of The Wings. This is a greatest hits compilation of sorts. We just got the single LP edition. If you're really into Wings, we can try to get the double and or the huge box set, but one copy of this left in. 12 tracks curated by Paul McCartney himself. Sir Paul, plus an 8-page booklet with an introduction from Paul. All the Wings stuff that you'd want. One copy of that. Okay, I had to listen to my copy yesterday because we got this in the store. It's great. It's from Lighthouse, and it is One Fine Morning, an expanded double LP edition of this. If you're unfamiliar with Lighthouse, I've always called them the Canadian Chicago. I guess if you think of it like that. They've got a brass-infused jam rock sound, very akin to Chicago. This is a very cool album, originally released, I'm trying to remember here, 1971. So the first album in this is the remastered version of One Fine Morning. The second LP has got some demos and I think some live stuff on there as well. Limited edition psychedelic 3-color splatter vinyl. And one of the only bands of that prog/psych era in the early 70s, to my knowledge, that made a song about the wagon trails of 1849 and the hardships faced by the pioneers, Canadian pioneers, I would imagine in this case. So check that out if you get a chance. It's a great album, and we do have one copy of that in stock. Reissues from All American Rejects and Move Along. We've got one of these in today. The Weezer reissue of Hurley. One copy of this left. I think we should be able to get more. I just grabbed a couple of Weezer Blues because that's the popular one. So we have those on the shelf. Other ones, let's see. Somebody asked a few weeks back if we had any Kiss after the passing, I did not have any vintage Kiss Alive, so I ordered a couple of reissues. If you were the one looking for Kiss Alive, I've got a reissue copy on the shelves now, so come and get that. I'll try and keep that in stock. We also grabbed a copy of Pink Moon from Nick Drake. I like to get these in once in a great while. Hard to find OG, so we've got one of those. I should be able to get more. And the big reissue, we're coming up on, can you believe it? It is the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I had a vintage copy of this. It went out the store yesterday. So I've got one of the fairly recent reissues on gold vinyl from Gordon Lightfoot and Summertime Dream. This is the one that does have Edmund Fitzgerald on it. But yeah, lots of stuff planned up in the UP, I think, for the 50th coming up here in a couple of days at the Maritime Museum there. And yeah, it's an interesting time. It's probably going to get a big storm up there right as we do. So those are all on the shelf as we speak. Let me check these out here. Also, I forgot to mention, typically what I also like to do for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday is get a lot of unofficial copies in of some cool stuff from time to time. This year is no exception. I've got a few that have been trickling in from a couple of different places to order, and I've got a lot more coming in. If you're a fan of just live shows, this one I got and I'm putting out already because I want to listen to my copy. This is a Pink Floyd triple LP performance from Montreux in 1970. This is a great sounding unofficial, i.e. bootleg from Floyd. So I will have a lot more Floyd concerts and some live stuff and other bootlegs, unofficials out on the Black Friday weekend as well. I like to do that once in a while because there's just unique ones to get a hold of. So we'll make sure we have those in. But in the meantime, if you want to pick this one up from Floyd, it is a great sounding one. I'll probably spin that today, my open copy on that. It is on blue vinyl. All right. So that's where we stand so far this week. Don't forget the podcast we have with Steve Carlson, our Two Guys Talking About Records podcast, coming up on Sunday evenings. We had a nifty little vinyl talk planned, and then some. Let's just say that there was a fan that was running, and then someone tossed some excrement at the fan from within the vinyl community. And there's a fairly decent controversy swirling around in the vinyl community right now involving a small record store, not us, and Record Store Day, the organization proper. So Steve and I have been talking, and we are going to tackle this controversy and just have a nifty little discussion about what is going on with this store and their, lack of a better term, feud with Record Store Day, because none of it's pleasant. So yeah, Mike is saying, be careful with what I say. Very, very careful. I don't want to tick off the powers that be until we get the Record Store Day stuff in the store. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, we'll tackle that issue on tomorrow's episode of Two Guys Talking About Records with Steve Carlson. That usually goes up about 7 p.m. on YouTube and Spotify and all of the other places, provided Spotify doesn't knock us down. Yep, that's the store. I see Ivan Music Man chiming in. That's what we're talking about, and that's what Steve and I are going to talk about as well. See, Diesel 65 running late. Thank you for being here. Can I start over? All right, hang on. What time? Oh, I've got to go. Sorry, you can always go back and watch these things. That's the beauty of this. It's the DVR of the soul, if you will. It's YouTube. Not like those olden days where if you miss your show with one of the 4 channels, you're screwed until they rerun it next fall. Okay, I just showed my age. Sorry about that. All right. I am going to go ahead. We're going to get the store opened up. I think I've got somebody waiting outside. We'll get things rolling here at the Wasteland. Open today, Saturday, from now until 4 p.m. and tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m. Monday and Tuesday off next week as we get ready for the deluge of activity heading our way for the rest of the month of November. So I'm going to take these last 2 Monday, Tuesdays off and try to get some enjoy time and rake my yard, get those leaves cleaned up, and we'll go from there. All right. You folks have a great week, and we will talk to you next time from the Wasteland. Don't forget the new release show coming up later today, the podcast with Steve Carlson coming up tomorrow. In the meantime, hit that like button, please. Share, comment, all that stuff that YouTube. Actually, you know what? YouTube is doing this other thing called hype, and I'm kind of curious what that does. So if any of you see our videos, whether it be this one after the fact or our drop or the new release video, there's like a little button that shows up on some, not all, that says hype points. So click that. I'm curious to see what happens if folks start hyping these. So we'll see what happens. All right, everyone, enjoy themselves. Get out before the snow flies here in mid-Michigan coming up tomorrow. It'll hit us. You folks have a great one, and we will talk to you next time from the Wasteland. Thanks again so much for being here.